Xiang Mao essential oil has a spiral history in Taiwan. Taiwan, formerly known as Formosa, was colonized by the Japanese in 1895. They brought rice cultivation techniques and planted orchards of citrus trees. They were also fascinated with the aroma of Xiang Mao and loved the complex citrusy aroma with a touch of sweetness. Eventually, the Xiang Mao essential oil was shipped back to Japan, where it became very desirable and distinctive. Back in Taiwan, jungle growth was cleared to build farms for Xiang Mao grass. Every family tended a Xiang Mao farm where every 4 months the Xiang Mao grass was harvested, dried, and distilled at a community distillery to produce essential oil. Dr. Jin Lee is a research consultant for Young Living and manager for the Young Living Taiwan farm. He recalls as a boy how he helped his father grow and distill Xiang Mao essential oil. I woke up every morning at 3 a.m. while it was still dark. I dried the Xiang Mao grass that had been distilled and used it for fuel to heat the distiller. I distilled Xiang Mao essential oil when I was only 8 years old. I'm an expert at Xiang Mao farming, harvesting, and distilling. Look how Xiang Mao captures the morning dew and the water droplets roll down the blades of Xiang Mao to water the ground. Xiang Mao has its own irrigation system. Xiang Mao is easy to grow, just sun, soil, and rain. When I was a boy, Xiang Mao grew everywhere in the mountains and valleys. Every family grew Xiang Mao, and every community had its own Xiang Mao distillery. Xiang Mao was a great help to our family as we earned real money by selling Xiang Mao essential oil. Everyone in this area depended on Xiang Mao, but those days are just a memory now. Dr. Lee has taught Tiger the importance of Xiang Mao essential oil. Tiger Lee is an engineer who works with his father. Tiger has studied the history and business of Xiang Mao essential oil and recounts some fascinating details. 50 years ago, every family in Taidong was involved with Xiang Mao. By 1964, Xiang Mao covered 150,000 acres of farmland and produced 1 million gallons of essential oil. It was a valued crop in high demand in Japan. However, synthetic petrochemicals began replacing natural Xiang Mao essential oil. Synthetic compounds provided a consistent, cheap aroma, so the demand for Xiang Mao essential oil decreased. Farmers stopped growing Xiang Mao and started growing rice and fruit. They sold their distilleries for scrap metal. Today, only about 50 acres of Xiang Mao remain on only 15 Xiang Mao farms. That's only 250 gallons of Xiang Mao essential oil each year. Dr. Lee knows the value of Xiang Mao essential oil. Xiang Mao agriculture and distillation will return to Taiwan. Gary Young and the Young Living distributors can help bring Xiang Mao agriculture back to Taiwan. Dr. Lee and Tiger searched for all the remaining Xiang Mao farms until they found the best one located high in the mountains and owned by an Aboriginal village of the Paiwan people. The Paiwan manager of the Xiang Mao farm tells us about their mountain farm. This Xiang Mao field is the largest in Taiwan, 15 acres. It is the only Xiang Mao growing at 1,000 feet in elevation. We overlook the Pacific Ocean, where the foggy clouds leave plenty of morning dew droplets to water Xiang Mao. Our Xiang Mao field is surrounded by jungle. There are no farms for miles. We are proud that our Xiang Mao essential oil is 100% organic. No fertilizers, no pesticides, and no herbicides. Our Paiwan village needs Xiang Mao. We have our own language and traditions here in our village of Oturi. Our village has only 100 families who survive off tourism and Xiang Mao essential oil. In early May 2013, the Paiwan villagers started harvesting Xiang Mao grass. Let's witness how the Paiwan farm manager describes the harvesting process. The elderly harvesters guard themselves from the sun, and each is equipped with a long, curved harvesting knife. See how they gather an armful of Xiang Mao, then with their knife slice through the bundle. They take out any weeds and stack the cut Xiang Mao to dry. The harvesters work side by side as a group, as each person harvests a 6-foot wide section. They progress up the mountainside, talking and laughing as they work. In 45 minutes, they harvest a 50-foot wide section of about 300 feet long. Then they take a 15-minute rest in the shade before they repeat the harvesting process. At this pace, we will harvest all the Xiang Mao in 3 days. Notice how 2 women follow the harvesters. They tie up the drying Xiang Mao bundles. Watch as she prepares dried Xiang Mao grass. An armful of Xiang Mao grass is collected. The bundle is organized. Weeds are excluded from the bundle. These bundles will be stacked in the distiller. Then 1 long blade of Xiang Mao is selected and wrapped around the bundle. Watch how she carefully ties the bundle and places it down for additional drying. This 75-year-old Paiwan woman tying bundles has a story to tell about Xiang Mao.
I grew up in the mountains. It is an 8-hour walk from here. I married a local man from Big Bird Village. The first time I saw the Pacific Ocean, I said, "Wow, that's a big pond." I was afraid I may roll down the Xiang Mao field and fell into the big pond. Back then, Xiang Mao covered the entire mountain. Xiang Mao has been a major part of my life. My family income depends on the success of Xiang Mao. Xiang Mao make our Paiwan village stronger.
By the end of the day, the bundles are collected. 5 to 6 bundles are gathered and tied together with a rope and stacked on a large truck. The truck drives down the narrow dirt road to the village, where they are taken to the village distillery.
We use Xiang Mao essential oil to moisturize our skin. We breathe Xiang Mao essential oil to help enlighten our minds. Xiang Mao essential oil helps our houses smell fresh. Xiang Mao essential oil help us wake up. Xiang Mao essential oil help us to work hard. We depend on Xiang Mao essential oil.
Xiang Mao is harvested, bundled, and stacked by hand. We invite you to join us in harvesting Xiang Mao in the future. The Paiwan tribe has a 4,000-liter steam distiller where they only distill their organic Xiang Mao grass. We inspected the Paiwan distillery and made some equipment recommendations. The upper loft stores Xiang Mao grass bundles for additional drying. 2 Paiwan tribesmen manage the Xiang Mao distillery and share best practice techniques with Dr. Jin Li. Then the distilling of Xiang Mao begins as the rope-bound bundles are untied and placed in the distiller. Hundreds of Xiang Mao bundles fit into the 4,000-liter distiller. The steam has already been turned on, as you can see steam rising through the Xiang Mao grass. The citrus-like aroma of Xiang Mao fills the air as the workers pack down the growing pile of Xiang Mao grass. They pack the distiller with 1,500 pounds of Xiang Mao grass and produce 5 gallons of Xiang Mao essential oil with each batch. After distillation, the basket of Xiang Mao is hoisted out and the distilled Xiang Mao grass is laid in piles to dry. This dried grass will be used by local farmers for mulch. This new distillery is a great support to the Paiwan people. The Paiwan farm and distillery manager describes the values of Xiang Mao essential oil. Our yield of Xiang Mao essential oil is higher than that from the lowlands. In addition, our mountainside Xiang Mao is better, for it contains heavier molecules. This gives our organic Xiang Mao a stronger aroma that lasts longer. I use Xiang Mao to keep me alert and awake. I like to use Xiang Mao in my house. My kids like the Xiang Mao aroma. Dr. Jin Li confirms the history and health benefits of Xiang Mao essential oil. I've used Xiang Mao essential oil for many years. We found that it is good for the mind. It helps us think clearly and be creative. Xiang Mao is another Young Living exclusive essential oil and part of Gary's exotic oils collection. Enlighten your mind today with Xiang Mao essential oil from Taiwan, available only at Convention 2013.